Hey, how's it going? Bio here. And since I played Speed Machines 3 on the PlayStation 2, I thought, hey, why not? Let's actually see, right, what the original Speed Machines was like on the PlayStation 1. At the same time, I also had a look and did a little bit of research whether or not Speed Machines 2 is even a game that exists. Turns out no. It doesn't exist. So, yeah, that's great, isn't it? And why? You may think, oh, but, did you look hard enough? Well, there's a particular way I use to procure games, and they have a very extensive list, and nope, not on there. Went on Google, tried looking for it, nope, not on there whatsoever. I even had a look for Speed Machines 2 on PC, and yet nothing. Nothing appeared. All that appeared was this game called Crazy Machines 2, which is a completely different thing. So yeah, so as far as I'm concerned, we have Speed Machines and we have Speed Machines 3. Deary me. So we don't have one that we can go off of. So yeah, because of Speed Machines 3, I was curious to see what the original Speed Machines was like. So this one's developed by Mere Mortals as well. This one was published by Midas. And it came out in 2003, and of course, exclusively in Europe. And apparently there's 3 different game modes in this game. You have the Superbike, you have the Kart, and you have the GP cars. So we'll have a go on all 3 modes and see what they're like. And yeah, and basically give like feedback of whether or not this is even a game that's even worth even recognizing that it exists. Acknowledging. So let's have a look at what the back of the box says to begin with. Speed Machines takes you to the limit on bikes in Grand Prix style cars and tarmac skimming carts. Experience the thrill of acceleration on 2 wheels, the awesome power of a GP car, and the super responsive handling of a kart, all combined in one unique game. You will need to master the 12 individual racing circuits from around the world to become the champion. Do you have the endurance to keep control whilst racing in all disciplines? If so, then Speed Machines is the challenge you need. So, 12 individual racing circuits. That's what you gotta do. So I'm guessing each mode has 4 each. Then, let's go to options first to see what we have. We have controller settings. Alright, there's a gear up and a gear down. Cool. Sound, sure. Screen centering, sure. What? So let's start with the Superbike. Player. Okay, I'm guessing. There we go. Let's do it. Let's put it in there. Who am I? I'm Bin. Bio. Alright. Next. So we have novice. So we have 3 different. Wow, the game has difficulties. I'll give it that. You know, it's actually got difficulties. We have novice, amateur, and professional. In novice mode, steering assist is on, braking assist is on, and damage is off. Amateur mode, steering assist is on, braking assist is off, and damage is off. Professional steering assist. What do you mean by steering assist? Braking assist is off and damage. Why don't we do professional? Why not? What is this? 3, 5, 10, and 100 kilometer. Oh, this is how many laps we're doing. Give me 3 laps. Yeah, so these are the bike tracks. We have Milan, Turin, Melbourne, and Lancaster. So let's do Milan over 3 laps. So I'm guessing we're supposed to just win. So you could play it on novice if you wanted to and just win on novice and become the champion, right? That'd be the goal of the game, right? I don't know. So let's have a look how the game even looks to begin with. There's a lot of loading screens. Hell of a lot of loading screens. I love how like the cover, box art cover, is more similar, I guess, in a way to Speed Machines 3. But then the one actually in-game that you're looking at looks like something you'd see from Robot Wars or something. Like this is what... Now introducing the new BattleBot, Speed Machines. There we go. Alright, so you have to manually change gear. Oh, no, he actually does change gear for you anyway. Now in 6th gear. You have to let me get used to how it even controls. Graphically speaking, it's kind of exactly what you'd expect, really, for PlayStation 1 shovelware. Well, maybe shovelware is not the right title. It's not necessarily shovelware. It's just budget, isn't it? It's a budget racing game, and that's what it is. I find like people tend to rope in shovelware and budget games as basically being the same as each other, or incidentally the exact same thing, but they're not. There's a big difference between a shovelware game and a budget game. The Simple series alone is a perfect example to show off the differences in a shovelware game and a simple and a budget game. Simple series games are all budgeted games, but there is some good ones in there. Whereas you go on something like Phoenix Games, they're all kind of shovelware games. Don't get me wrong, you have a few games that do stand out here and there, but most of them are just shovelware. Obviously I've got the professional mode on, so I'm getting no help here, but it's okay, to be honest. The controls are okay. I'm having to use the D-pad because I've had the issues with Duckstation, because that's what I'm using to run this. Having issues, like if you have the analog stick on, some games just don't work, because obviously some games don't support the analog stick. And you can't have both on, which is just stupid, in my opinion. At least from the version I'm using anyway. I don't tend to update my emulators very often, so because can he be bothered? Can he be bothered? So, but as you can see, I am slightly getting used to the controls-ish. Controls fine. It's not floaty. It's fairly responsive. And as you can see, this game is completely and utterly different in comparison to Speed Machines 3. Completely and utterly different. So, and you can, as also you can see, it's nothing to write home about. It's just the tracks we're on are very simple. Also, I've noticed that for some reason he is slightly going towards the right for some reason, which is stick drift. You go, oh, but that must be stick drift. It can't be, because the analog stick is turned off the emulator, so the stick drift is now a thing that can be even possible in this game, because the analog stick doesn't work. I'm having to use the D-pad to steer. So the fact that we're having the rider drift off to the right slightly, I don't know if does that actually happen with a bike racing game? I don't know, but it's not great having that. I have to keep compensating for that. Apparently I got 20 laps. Why have I got 20 laps? I shouldn't have 20. It should be 3. 3 laps. That's it. Also, why am I not racing anyone? That's another question. Like, is this just how it is for the bike one? Do you not race anyone? Whoa. Whoa! Do you not race anyone just as I see the racers spawn in? Also, why did one of them turn into like a square? Interesting. So you can see I'm not great at the actual controls of the game. Somehow that 2 other racers just went past me. I'm guessing I got such a slow start because of me not realizing how to change gears. Even though the gear changes are automatic, by the way. They're automatic. It changes automatically. You just, if you're from a standstill, you've got to go, yeah. Alright, we're on lap 3 now. I'll do 3 laps. Oh, okay, we're actually catching up to these dudes. Oh. Am I just fighting 3 of them? No, I'm just fighting 2, I mean, not 3. So I meant to say there's 3 of us. I'm fighting 2 of them. Music's alright. It's got a little bit of like tenseness to it, but more than likely this game probably has like, I don't know, 5 music tracks. Oh, another racer. I bet you I've been out. This is me being outlapped. I've basically been outlapped 100%. Oh, I fell off my bike. So that is a thing. You can fall off your bike. It's really annoying. Oh, okay, and we can change the perspective. Oh, we can actually have it be first person. There we go. That's what I want. I didn't realise. There we go. That's more of a better perspective. I like a perspective like this, which is like third person. Fell off the bike again. Very good. Well, I ain't winning any championships, that's for damn well certain. Now, we should be coming up to the finish line shortly. There it is. Incorrect. 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 I'm going to go over exactly why this is incorrect. So I was in 21st apparently. Okay. Okay, I don't need to see the abandon. Yes, thank you. Abandon race. Don't need to see the action replay here. Now, you may be wondering to yourself, what do you exactly mean by incorrect, right? Now, I'm going to get to that. I'm just wanting to get back to the main menu so I can walk and talk. You know what I mean? I'll show you what I mean. Show and tell. That's what it is. Show and tell. If it actually... There we go. So we'll go back. We'll go back. Go back. So here we are. Player is me. I picked professional. Now you see this is the amount of laps you've got to do. I picked 3. Did you not, or did you not see me pick 3 laps? Then I picked a course and then we raced. So explain to me, why did it tell me that I had to do 20 laps? I picked 3. 20 is not even an option on here. So then the game's just lying to you, which is fantastic. So I'm going to go back and back again. And I'm going to try the kart now. I've tried the bike. I'm not interested in trying the other tracks, to be honest. I can see how the bike controls. What I will do now, braking assist is off. Okay, I'm going to now try the amateur, and we'll do 5 laps for the amateur, right? We have Camberton, Oslo, Nevada, and Apon. Apon? Apon? Isn't that a Pokemon? I'm going to go with Apon. It's very clearly a Pokemon. Or is that Repon? I don't know. I swear Apon is a Pokemon, so that monkey Pokemon. Gen 2. Normal type monkey with like 2 like tail things with hands on the ends of the tail. Purple. Maybe that's what the track is. It's just a giant Apon. We're just riding on its back. But let's see how the controls differ. Now, you may say, oh, but you're trying on different difficulty, so it's going to be different. But that's the point. You try on different difficulties to see how it controls under those difficulties. Right, so now let's go. So now we're in a car. I like how it's purple. Good. Favorite color. So turning assist is on. So it does kind of try and help you, I guess, get back on the track-ish. Like, if you say to me, like, Bio, explain how the controls are in terms of racing controls. They're a little bit stiff. They're not really floaty at all. They're just a bit stiff. They're not bad controls, to be fair. Just a bad player. It's just, they're a bit stiff. Rip, tot, rip. That's all I saw there. Break off. Coolest. Rip tot. I'm going to read out the signs I see. Jib, jip, jip. Again, we are doing like 1 to 20 laps here, which is just, I don't understand why we're doing 20 laps. Now it says unclassified. Now is it because we have to do 20 laps? And basically that qualifies as what position we get in the actual race itself? If that is the case, that is the stupidest thing I've ever seen. You could also argue that this also having 20 laps before the actual race, if that isn't... I'm not even going to do 20 laps to find that out, I just don't care enough. if that is even a thing in the game, right? I guess you are getting enough practice on the course by doing those 20 laps without it actually being the race, but I'd rather just do the race. And you can see I'm having a much easier time, even though I do on the grass here and there. With the go-kart, with the novice control, the amateur controls of novice. We'll try the last one, which is the GP thing on the novice to see how the steering and braking assist thing works. But this is probably the difficulty I'd more than likely play the game on. This one, not professional, not until you got used to the controls. But there's not much of a game here. If the entire game is you just racing along on these kind of barren, basic-looking tracks, there isn't anything special about them. Why play this? Why play this when you can play Gran Turismo? I'm just being honest. You know what I mean? It's just like I never understand. Like shovelware games that try, or budget games that try to do something different and break the mold. Cool. There's a game called Furry Tales that was published under Phoenix Games on the PlayStation 2. It's like an RTS game with like anthropomorphic animals. Brilliant! Why don't we have more of that? Why don't we have more of these fucking batshit insane ideas of video games put into a shovelware game, right? It's like Anubis 2. You're playing as like Anubis, right, in the game. It's a platformer. You could have gone into that so much more and made it like, even if it played terribly, just have the story be batshit insane and you'll have people coming to play the game. Instead, you're just boring. You make these boring games. And this is a perfect example, mere mortals. Look at this. You just make a bland, basic racing game and call it a day. There's nothing special about it. There's no reason someone has to play Speed Machines. There's no literal reason anyone would even want to play Speed Machines. So, what's the point? What's the point of it? And that's the genuine question I'll put towards you. What's the point of it? There's no point. Done my 3 laps. I'm not doing any more. And funny enough, there you go. My qualification results are that I was in first. Look at my time. But oh, okay. Is this the actual race then? I think this is the actual race. Okay, now we're actually doing the race. Now we're doing the actual race. Okay, 5 laps. Okay, so I didn't realize you don't have to. So that is basically a little thing for you to get used to the course, and then you just abandon that, and it goes into the actual race itself. Okay, and you can pick how many laps. That's fine. I have no issue with that. I thought it was a replay the last one, but it's not. It's actually the actual race. So I like this music track. Simple. Yet very like once you want to race with it playing in the background. You can see even me doing something like that, I still recover. And each lap's not that long, so we could probably do this, the race, and see exactly what happens when you do win a race. If I can actually win the race, come on, get on there. Get up to speed, boy. But there isn't really much else to say about the game. It is just kind of there. It is a very there kind of racing game. It just exists. It controls fine. Who's behind? Somebody's behind. Somebody is 1 minute and 70 seconds behind. Whatever that said. It can't be 1 minute 70 seconds. Whatever it said, 1.78 in it or something like that. But it's actually quite a nice short course, to be fair. I don't mind doing the 5 laps. See what happens. So basically, yeah, you just got to go and win each of the things. Like, I'd love to know whether or not anything happens once you actually do all of the 12 races. And you could say, oh, but bio, you could. Why would I, though? You know what I mean? It's because no one else has. No one else has probably on YouTube played through the entirety of Speed Machines. It's like, still don't care enough. Even with how basic and bland this is, I just don't care. It's hard for me to also say whether or not there's any real difference between the controls of this and the bike, because of me picking the difficulty, so... Not a clue where the rest of the races are. They can eat my dust. So you only got 2. I like how it goes like red filter. Like it's like directly within the sun. But yeah, it's pretty easy. It's not the worst racing game I've played on the PlayStation 1, to be fair, either. So that's another point of contention to think of. I do love the little advertisements they have, like, break off, coolness. Like, what are they parodies, or they just put whatever word they could think of? There you go, that dude. But do I think I'd do a review on this game or something? Nah. I just don't think I'd care enough. But I will say one thing. Do you know what? Do you honestly know what? This is a better game than Speed Machines 3. I'll say it. This is a better game than Speed Machines 3 by far. Just the way it controls, the track design. Absolutely no issue with this game. It's fine. Almost outlap someone. I win the race. Bio wins the race. Fantastic. What do I get? Pat on the back? Ooh. That's a cool track. Anyway. But if me yawning is anything to go by, it should tell you. It's not a very exciting game. There we go. Congratulations. First place. I just got congratulated. It's not like you're going to... Also, another thing is like, what's the goal of this game? It's not like I can unlock things, is there? Like, you have one car. Also, I'm pretty certain that this game is a compilation of already existing games. Maybe. I don't know. Because I'm looking at this GP Challenge on the PlayStation 1, which came out in 2002. Then you have Sports Superbike, came out in 2000. And that explains the graphics. It says developer is Interactive Entertainment. Interesting. And then we have Formula GP, which is by Kung Fu. Now that is more familiar. Because guess what? Kung Fu, right? Well, who do you think Mere Mortals became? Who do you think Mere Mortals was originally? They were Kung Fu. They were a developer called Kung Fu. I'm pretty certain of that. Good luck trying to find any information on that, though. You won't. But I'm pretty certain. So there you go. I'm pretty certain that's what it probably is. So if we go to GP Cars, is there really a point of me doing it on novice? Probably not. The amateur is fine for me. We'll do 3 laps. Douglas. We'll go with Douglas. Douglas. So I like the name Douglas, and this is a little meme from Vinesource with Douglas. But yeah. Do you know what? This very likely could be a compilation game. very likely a compilation game of 3 previously released games. Because there was no title card for Mere Mortals. There was for Midas, but not for Mere Mortals. And the rest of those games got released as pocket price. I am certain. There's Mere Mortals. There they are. So let's do. Do we really need to? We don't really need to do a lap. Let's go. Let's just do the race. Don't care. Put me in last. Don't really care. Get out of my way, boys. Coming through. Like it can't even give me a unique color. I have to have purple. I do like how purple is the color it gives me. I like that. Why purple? It's my favorite color, but I don't know why. But this one, okay, there is definitely different controls. The go-kart, very good. This, not so good. But then again, I understand why the braking and turning wouldn't be as good because you're in a Formula 1 car. But still. Oof. Brilliant. Bouncing off the walls there. Immortals. There we go. Proof is in the pudding of that sign. Rebels. Yeah, I really do not like the controls of this. I'm in 8th. No, it's what it is like, it does control like a Formula 1 car. I'll give it that credit. It does control how it's supposed to control. But there's a reason you don't see me play Formula 1 video games on the channels, because I can't play them. I just can't. I don't like how the handling of the Formula 1 cars and stuff like that. So... I don't think you're going to see me win this race, to be honest. To be fair, again, all the tracks are fairly short. You can do each lap is about a minute, so you can do a race. So, realistically speaking, could you beat this game in about an hour? Probably. Probably could. If you really tried. Do I care enough to do that? No. I don't even know where Douglas is. What is it with these weird looking buildings? It looks like I'm in China. But yeah, it's yeah. The kart racing is probably the best mode, to be honest. But I do like kart racing controls, so there we go. And the race is over and I became last. Alright. We'll let the replay go and I'll basically give my 2 cents, my final 2 cents of the game before I stop playing. It's a budget racing game that has 3 different racing games compiled into a single release. I'm pretty certain it's GP Challenge, Sports Superbike, and Formula GP combined into one game. Because all 3 of those I'm pretty certain were probably developed by Kung Fu. And then, obviously, when they rebranded as Mere Mortals, they just released it as a compilation. So realistically, you are getting better value by getting this one versus the 3 games separately. But again, there's no real reason to play this. It has 3 different game modes with 3 different vehicles that control differently. And the controls are fine. But again, why would you play this? There's no real reason for you to play this. When you can play Formula 1 on the PlayStation 1. When you can play Gran Turismo. When you can play any Crash Team Racing, or something. You could play that. You could play No, it was one with motorbikes. Some other kind of motorbike racing game that's better than this. There's gonna be something. So, in the end, there's no real point to play this. It's just there, it just exists. And would I recommend it? No, I wouldn't recommend it, to be honest, because, again, there's no reason to play it. Even if you're a budget shovelware racing connoisseur, there's not even... Right, I like playing a bad racing game and making fun of it. Funny as hell. I find it a lot of fun, right? And it's even better when I can find a budget racing game or shovelware racing game that plays well and is actually fun and alright. Doesn't happen very often. But when you find a game that's neither categories, when it's literally slap dab in the middle of it functions as a racing game, it's not a bad racing game, but it's not good or fun or anything for all the reasons that it should be. It's just there. It just exists. So in the end, there's no real reason for it to even be there, to even exist. And that is basically what Speed Machines is. So I'm going to call it there. I've been Bio. Thanks for watching. I hope you've enjoyed the video to some degree. Videos will come out when they come out. Bye-bye.